Hey, Meadow Hill Mustangs, it's Miss Jager, your principal. It's another exciting summer week where I get to help you try and understand what is happening with school reopening. Right now, we are scheduled to come back in a hybrid model. And so I put together this short presentation to explain a little bit about what hybrid means. I also sent a very lengthy email to your families with details throughout the first quarter and a lot of information. So you can refer to that as well. This is just a snapshot of how you might help your student or yourself as a student understand when they're coming back to school and what they'll be doing. So here's one piece of information that's different. The first day of school for students is not the same. We know there's not much that's the same this year. So we're going to have a sixth grade only day on August 26th. And that's because our sixth graders just didn't get some of the visits that they got that our sixth graders normally get. If you're a sixth grade family, please know that there is some information on our website. There's a virtual tour of the school if you haven't seen that yet. And also some brochures and other information for sixth grade families. But we will have a sixth grade only day on August 26th, and the details of that schedule are in your parent email. We'll have students with the last name A through K in the morning, students with L through M in the afternoon, and that will be an orientation for students. Sixth, seventh, and eighth graders, last names A through K, you're going to start on August 27th, and that's because we're in this hybrid. And hybrid really means that half of students are coming each time we have school, and the other half are going to learn remotely for that day. It's like nothing I have ever done in education, and probably you haven't either. But it is one way for us to try and come back to school safely and be able to see each other again. Sixth, seventh, and eighth graders with the last names L through Z will come back to school on August 28th. So this is a really different experience than we've ever had before. But this is one way to get students to be able to be in that staggered start. What does the rest of first quarter look like? We'll have 2 days of in-person learning for students A through K and 2 days of remote learning for students A through K, and there'll be the opposite schedule for L through Z. When A through K is here, L through Z will be remote. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that. Here's what's another thing that's really different. The school schedule will be 8 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. We're going to compact the school day and get students, rather than students moving throughout the day, they'll be compacted and you'll be taking 2 classes at a time, a morning and an afternoon class. Now, if we move back to all remote learning, or we get to move into phase 2 where everybody comes every day, you'll still be only taking those 2 classes. And the reason for that is to really minimize student contact and also staff contact, and just that mixing around of students and germs that we know happens at a school. So if you're a sixth grade student, you will begin with first period in the morning and fifth period in the afternoon. Seventh will be first period in the morning and fourth in the afternoon. And eighth will be second period in the morning and period 4 in the afternoon. What you'll realize, and lunch will be eaten in your morning classroom. If you look at the email I sent to parents, you actually can see that's just the first rotation schedule. Then you'll take 2 more classes during the second rotation and 2 more classes during the third rotation, and all that sort of in first quarter. So you'll take 6 classes in first quarter, but you'll take them in these big blocks to minimize that mixing of students. Again, if you want to know what you're taking in the morning during the third rotation, see your parents' email and there'll be that information. Each rotation of classes, like I said, lasts 16 days, and you will take 6 classes throughout first quarter. And here's an example. I think it's really hard to grasp such a different schedule for most of us. I've been thinking about it for about 3 weeks now. And so it's been helping me get my mind around it, and I'll do everything I can just to help explain to you. So if you were a 7th grade student and your name was Awesome Student, I just want to review with you when you would start school and what you'd be taking. So maybe this will help. So Awesome Student would start school, and I'm going to go back to that first day of school, on August 27th. I'm sorry, on August 28th, because their last name is S, which is L through Z. So 7th grader, last name of S, would start school on August 28th. Now, if we look back at Awesome Student's schedule, what would he or she be taking? So 7th graders, as it says here, begin with period 1 in the morning and 4 in the afternoon. So let's go back and look at Awesome Student. First period social studies, 4th period English. This student is going to start school on August 28th and take social studies in the morning and English in the afternoon for 16 days. Here's what that looks like in reality. First period will be 8 a.m. to 10:30 a.m., then lunch in that classroom, and fourth period will be 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. If we move into phase 0, which is all remote, or phase 2, which is everybody comes, you'll still stick with these 2 periods for those 16 days. Now, I promise that we aren't going to do 7 social studies lessons in a row between 8:30 and 10:30 a.m. We're going to build in some break times. We're going to build in some homeroom activities. We're going to build in some independent reading. So it won't be just straight back to back to back social studies or English lessons, because we know that we all have a capacity to learn for so long before we need to take a break. We're working through that as a staff. Do you have questions about this? I would be checking Q to look at your schedule and then referring back to what periods you're starting. Again, way more details in your family email. If you have questions about Q, about accessing your schedule, or what day you start school, please call the Meadow Hill office at 542-4045. Students got really good at emailing me during school closure, and you are welcome to do that as well as parents, ncjager@mcpsmt.org. And also I answer messages on Facebook and Instagram, and email and phone. All right. Thank you so much. I hope you're having a good summer. I'll keep on sending out updates and information to help you understand what's happening in the fall, and also check for emails from the district about the online academy, safety protocols, bus protocols, those sorts of things. Those will come out from the district. I hope you have a great day.